have the same amount of time. It's a great equalizer. So it's what we do with the time every day is so precious. I don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard. I want to be the man that helped the most people succeed and live. I want to change the world. But it's really hard to do it all alone.
Hey y'all, D-Foss here. My goal with this Limitless Theory 360 podcast is to connect you with the very people that have positively impacted my life and will continue to impact thousands of others by providing education-based and actionable techniques to creating a limitless perspective on life.
Most people go through life, regardless of their accomplishments, achievements, accolades, rarely positively affect or change a single life for the better. The most difficult prison to break out of is your mind. What does it take to change your life? I look at each day like, what if I wasn't around anymore? Am I doing what I want? We all have the same amount of time. It's a great equalizer. So it's what we do with the time every day is so precious. I don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard. I want to be the man that helped the most people succeed and live. I want to change the world. But it's really hard to do it all alone.
Without the right plan and the right people who believe in this, none of this is possible.
The decisions you make today will determine your tomorrow.
It's all up to you. We're in a rapidly changing world. Technology advances very quickly. The rise in entrepreneurship. What's missing out there? What's missing is the how.
We need to come together. We can learn from other people. That's where our power comes from. It's the discipline that leads to consistency, that leads to greatness. That's how you guys got to be. You got to be determined. You got to be relentless.
If it's difficult, so what? If it's hard, so what?
Let the darkest moments bring you the most clarity. Say to yourself, my time is coming.
We got the answer. We got to go out and tell the world. There's nothing I can't do. I am limitless. They say I can't, I will.
We have revolutionized the way people shop. We've always wanted to get better. You have your why. You got your purpose.
You're building great cathedrals. And one day, it is very possible that the world will marvel at what we have built.
Understand how powerful this thing is and what we're trying to do. The solution is us not getting more, but to help others get more. It's so hard to get outside of ourselves. And you have to go out of your mind in order to find yourself. The more you believe, the more it'll happen. You become a magnet and start the goose procession. Nobody believes that it works until you make it. It doesn't happen by accident. This is not fantasy. This is not hypothesis. This is reality. You can just dive in one time. Jump one time. Right beyond fear is success. Let me see if you got guts enough to jump.
So, welcome y'all. This is a very unconventional LT360 podcast, the first of its kind, and I'm super excited to have Mark here with me. Mark,
what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. What do you think of that video? Not just when we watched it now, but when we watched it the first time.
Oh, man.
Earlier today.
I mean, the animation stuff, that was cool, but just hearing a CEO and just the message behind it and, like, taking pieces from, like, Fat Joe, you got Lauren there, JR. It's really inspirational, and it makes you want to work, you know? It makes me, like, put things into perspective.
That's a good way to look at it.
There was this couple seconds in there, Lauren was like, it's too hard, so what? You don't want to do it, so what?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of how life is. You know, that's the way you get knocked down, so what? You get back up.
Oh, with punches.
You know, it reminds me of that song, you get knocked down, but I get up again.
again.
You know, but seriously, but like,
Down.
no, exactly though, but like, even though that song was like, I was mad young, but like,
Yeah.
you can
still rock to
you
that.
can still rock to that, but applying that and exactly what Lauren said, like, so what, man? Like, it's hard. It's too expensive. So what? Find a way. I mean, I'm down here. I'm tight. It's so what? You know?
There's no compromise. If you want it, you want it.
If you want it, you got to go get it.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
there's no handouts.
Definitely not.
You know?
The thing that puts it into perspective for me, and that he always talks about, is when he puts up the graveyard and it says Average Joe, and you know, R.I.P. But it says a random date, and then it has a dash, and there's a question mark. You don't know. He asks himself, what if I'm not here tomorrow? Well, you don't know. You have no idea. And he always goes back and alludes to the fact that there's two things you don't have control of: the day you come into this world and the day you leave this world. Right?
Yeah.
Some would argue, yeah, you have control over when you leave this world, blah, 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 blah.
For the most part, anything can happen, man.
Exactly. On the large spectrum, you have no control. No. So, bottom line is, the only thing you control is the dash. What are you going to make that dash? That's the book you write. That's the book we write. We write a new page every day.
I like that. And, you know, I never even thought about that dash aspect. Like, that's your story.
True.
Page one is your inception, when you came into the world. You don't know when you don't know when the book's gonna end, because it could end right now. You know, exactly. For us, you know, anything can happen. But what you do in that time, that's a great way to put it. Like,
and then that, y'all probably saw me smile, but when Lauren said, the opportunities are limitless. Let's go.
It's funny because when you were coming to me, when you were starting the Limitless theory up, and like I was asking some questions, you know, and you said, well, I want to break it down into like these three main things: fitness, nutrition, economy. I was just thinking like that's true, because, and then you went on to explain like the nutrition. It's really endless, you know.
You learn new things every day.
I learned new things from you
today.
BuzzFeed on the recipes, you know. I learned, but and then like the fitness, everyone's turning to that now. Different, you can do things so many different ways, and then the economy, obviously. I mean, that sky's the limit there.
Yeah.
Bezos has proved that, you know. I mean,
true.
JR's proved that. I mean, anyone can prove it. It's just a matter of, is your mind limitless or not? You know, does your mind have a limit?
Exactly.
That's why I fuck with it all. Excuse me, I don't know if I could swear on this.
Yes,
excuse my French, but I can't swear. Sorry, but like,
he's from New England. So.
Tough for me, sure. But it's really, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a big step back. Background. Where you grew up, where we met.
I grew up in Lebanon, New Hampshire. It's the boondocks, it's the sticks.
Where we are right now, he said, reminds him of home.
We're in North Carolina right now. There's a lake, bunch of trees around, deer.
Maybe we'll do the second day of the podcast out there or something.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Maybe give you a sneak peek.
You know, I'm just seeing deer, and like, I can actually see the stars tonight. I'm from the middle of New Hampshire on the border of Vermont, so you can only imagine what's up there. I was born and raised up there, no athletics until the 9 yards. Studied criminal justice at LaSalle, which is where I ended up meeting you. I didn't even know you until probably my junior year at least.
Yeah,
because you were a year younger than me. You came
I came in as a sophomore.
So I actually mentioned my second semester junior year because I was in London. I was studying abroad. So, but I met you on the court. You were on the team, on the basketball team. I was on. We just passed each other here and there.
We'd party together.
And then we party. We saw each other on campus. It wasn't, we were cool. But I didn't really know you that well.
No, you came over to chill with Pat a couple times.
Yeah,
I was there.
Pat and Bevy, not so much Bevy, but Pat. And then we were chilling, playing the calf. And then, after I graduated, really is when we started to connect more.
True. Which I said yesterday, right? Was one of my regrets per se, is like not pushing for more when I was in college, because we could have helped so many people with the demographic that we had at that school. There was so much opportunity, and I definitely didn't capitalize on it, and I feel like I let other people down because of that. But
honestly, though, playing devil's advocate, anyone can say that. If I had the knowledge that I did when I was 15, come on, we'd all be CEOs and invest in Google back. You know what I'm saying? So anyone can say that.
That's valid.
But I think what matters is we're capitalizing on it now. Yeah. And believe me, I wish I would have known about Shops.com Market America when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But I also was driven back then. I was in college. We were having fun.
Yeah.
But everything works out the way it works out, I feel like.
There's a reason behind everything. There's an energy flow that's everlasting. It's limitless. It's infinite. And shit's going to happen. Shit is going to happen whenever it feels like it. We just got to control that dash in the options.
And there's no stopping it when it comes. I feel like you just got to roll with the punches and make the best and most out of what life is throwing you.
All right. So then from there, can you retell that story that you told in the car on the way home? What kind of sparked you to roll through the punches you were going through after graduating from the show?
Yeah. And
how did we get closer?
Yeah, and to be honest, I never even really told anyone this. In the car, I kind of did a little bit, but close friends and whatnot, they didn't really know what was going on with me. People, at least me, I keep that shit bottled up. You know what I'm saying? No one likes to project how they're feeling all the time. But essentially, graduated school. I got a job, not a high-paying job, really.
It was in your field, though.
It was in my field, and I'm a criminal justice major, so in Massachusetts, you gotta take a bunch of civil service exams to even really do much in it. So it's patience, and I knew that. Because to become a cop, I had to wait 2 years to take the test.
Gotcha.
So I was like, well, I need to do something in these 2 years. I graduated though, I got this job, and I was just lost. Recently broken up with my girlfriend of a year plus. I could feel, I've always had anxiety, but I could feel it kicking in. It was my first time really living on my own. Bills, grocery, real life shit.
Yeah, because you didn't go back to New Hampshire. You stayed in Boston.
I didn't. I graduated and got a sublet. I didn't even get my shit from home. I brought my stuff from school to the sublet. So it was a one giant leap. At least for me, I'm from a small town, so it was a big leap for me. I could feel the anxiety getting higher, amplifying. I don't like to use depression, but I was definitely down. I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Post-grad is
where I wanted to be. I was in a dark spot. I got into some trouble with then ex-girlfriend, and for me, I hit rock bottom. Okay. It was rock bottom for me. Okay. I don't need to go into too much, but it was rock bottom. And most people could say it was
in your life.
In my life, it was by far rock bottom. And I woke up and I was like, shit, man, I need to change. Like, something needs to happen. And I still remember this. It was a couple-month process. Logic just came out with a new album. It was when the 1-800 song came out, you know, which that hit me deep because I was going through some shit, and like, I've never really seriously considered it, but everyone has that thoughts going through their head, you know, like, what would happen, you know?
How do you end the pain? It's a very common thought.
Yeah, how do you make it end? Because at that point, I was like, fuck it, you know?
It's what escalates from that.
Exactly. So music definitely played a huge part in my mental health and gaining perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say music was the first thing that kind of like stopped things for a little bit, you know, because I really like Logic a lot, and like I felt like I could relate a lot to him.
At least slowed down the progression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I just saw you on Snapchat. You the isotonic stuff and the daily essentials, and I was just curious. You were completely separate of what it was. I was like, yo, what is this? Like, I see it all over the place.
Yeah.
God bless social media. Probably where I am now, but you know, we started talking. I hopped on a webinar with you and Brian, a senior mentor, and from there I tried some of the isotonic products the daily essentials for a week. You guys told me to try it for a week.
Yeah.
And after that week, that's when everything in my mind, my body felt better. You know, I personally felt better. Whether it wasn't mentally, but the physical feeling felt like I have a shot at trumping my mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I felt so
that.
good. I woke up in the morning, I took my isotonics, and I killed the day.
Can I pause you for a second? Creating a habit oh my God, if you wake up and create a habit, it's amazing how that can just compile throughout the day.
They say it takes 3 weeks to like form a habit, 90 days to
form a lifestyle.
That's it. I formed the lifestyle. After that week, I was like, shit, I can get on board with this.
Yeah.
Because I formed that lifestyle. But in that 90 days, you know, we were talking, the webinars, you were showing me the business plan, we were talking about it. I ended up going to the Northeast Regional Convention.
Which I couldn't go to because I was at basketball.
Yeah, you weren't even there. So this was like nerve-wracking for me because I don't know anyone that you're about to meet.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in person.
You haven't seen him. You talked to him on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to him on the phone, but I mean, if this guy could be like looking like Santa Claus for all I know, you know, like I'm going blind. So I don't even know.
But he took that leap of faith, like in the video that we watched.
I felt like I had to do something. And from what you already showed me, the concepts and the themes, it made sense to me. I wasn't sold completely yet. After the first day,
I wasn't sold forever, dude.
Yeah. After the first day, you could say I was sold. The energy in the building, and I remember thinking about this because I was asked, "How do you think?" And I was reflecting back on when I first graduated and like my feelings then, and I was like, I want to feel like this right now, forever. Like it gave me like emotions, you know. Like I want to feel like this.
Yeah.
So I signed up that day. Like, you know, I was.
Who did you see on stage that day? Who was there?
The main kicker was Elizabeth Weber.
Okay.
Elizabeth Weber. She.
Because for me, it was Fat Joe. When I went to my first Northeast Regional, Fat Joe popped up.
Speaking of which, I saw him just walking along, like right in front of us today.
Yeah, he was just chilling.
I wanted to be like, hey, yo, Joey. But some we were talking. But yeah, Weber, she was killing it. Her energy was, I mean, she's the highest income earner, so
but she's out of Mass.
Yeah, but she's out of Mass, and like she was telling her story though. She came from, I think it was Rockland. She came from the slums, bro.
Yeah, she grew up in the
She came in the.
She grew up in South Philly.
No, it's Massachusetts. I think she's from Massachusetts. No, I don't know. It doesn't matter. She came from the dirt, you know, and now she's good. But that energy, I can feel vibes through people. I feel like we can all feel an aura and like vibes, and I wanted more of that. I wanted that energy. I felt like this was gonna help me get out of my dark place. So I signed up that day, and then I mean, it's been history ever since. We've been working together daily basis. I mean, we
talk all the time.
If we go 3 days without talking, it's kind of a rare occurrence.
Yeah, most of the time it's like, yo, it's good.
Yeah,
we read this book,
or like we're just like shooting the shit. Like,
I mean, we could definitely be more regimented.
We definitely could, but I mean, life's a learning process. You go through it.
Yeah,
shit gets thrown at you.
Stuff going on. Non-stable incomes.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's where we're at. I mean, that's where I'm at now. That's essentially that's my story.
Part of the journey.
It's part of the journey.
Our part of our process.
Yeah, the destination is high as the sky, man. The sky's the limit.
That's 100%. All right. Last thing I want to talk about, because we're going to do this for the next 2 days. Day one wrap up. What was your favorite thing today?
Favorite thing.
All right. Favorite product talked about.
Shit, because I was just going to say there was like 3.
Hold on. No.
You
got to pick one.
All right. It's the topical. What's the name of it? It's the
Cannabicool.
The Cannabicool. Just because my shoulder.
The CBD hemp.
You hear that? Yeah. The CBD. Yeah, that's helping with my shoulder.
Gotcha.
I got some lotion for that now, but now that I can buy it through myself, we all get paid for it. Obviously, makes sense.
It's 75%.
75% commission off of it, so it's a pretty damn good deal.
75% is a good ROI. All right, that's your favorite product. Favorite person you heard speak today?
I'd like to say Elizabeth because I've always felt like a connection with her, but not really.
Yeah.
Probably the
see her at dinner.
Yeah, we saw her at dinner today. Probably the testimonial from Joshua,
the Pitbull
Hurley. What was his name? Kohler.
Yeah.
Joshua the Pitbull Kohler.
MMA fighter.
He's undefeated in MMA, but it was his testimony on the TLS. You put me under that, but this guy's in shape.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's 2 people because it's 2 people because it's this MMA fighter who's in wicked good shape. He does it so he can like stay in shape and like have energy. And he can eat before weigh-in, which is unheard of in that sport. And then, however, the lady after him, she was a very heavy woman.
Mm-hmm.
She decided she needed to change. She lost a lot of weight. Everyone around her lost weight, but the point she made was, Josh, he didn't need it to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
She needed it to lose weight. We're all in between that. And not just TLS, but I was thinking about it as the business in general. It can be for anyone in between on both extremes. And we saw both extremes up on the stage today. So that was definitely like the biggest thing to me. Because MMA fighter and this very pretty big girl that was just, 2 different stories.
Mm-hmm.
But this one thing brought everyone together.
Part of Limitless Theory mission statement is personalized education and individualized approaches ensures that everyone will be able to live a customizable and flexible 3-part lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Customizable and flexible. Those 2 people needed 2 customized different nutritional lifestyles to live for their individual circumstances and goals, and we could provide that. Yeah. And I have yet to see that anywhere else.
I have
with a system. There's
system.
Doctors out there that are doing great work with that.
Mm-hmm.
There's that are not involved with what we do. But then there's doctors that are involved that understand, okay, this is a system that can be applied to anybody in a customized manner that will allow them to reach their goals and bypass their circumstances in the most efficient way.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing applies from Limitless Theory perspective to fitness, right? I'm not going to tell you to go do the same exercises that I would tell Sandra to do downstairs.
No,
That's not going to make any sense.
not at all.
But from an economical standpoint and limitless economy with this business, you could go work with somebody who is an esthetician. Then the next day you could go work with somebody who's a music artist. They can build the same business 2 totally different ways.
2 different backgrounds.
Based on what they love, who they know, and where they want to spend their time for the rest of their life.
Yeah, 2 different goals, 2 different whys, but the same how.
Yeah.
And that's, and honestly, I should have said that before you asked what my favorite part about the intro video was, is like, you have your why, you have your purpose, well, now you have a how, or now you have a how. Like,
here it is.
Here's the how. Are you willing to take it? You know?
No, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
So I would say, from my perspective, favorite product, I'm definitely going to go with the Cannabis Quinn.
So, okay, there's like, explain, because I kind of forgot to, like, what is it? It's a mixture between...
It's a full spectrum hemp oil, which is very, very hard to find. Also, very, very hard to put into a supplement within regulatory guidelines. And with all of the gray area with CBD going on, we've been able to cross our T's, dot our I's, and check all the boxes. And we put it into CBD tablets and capsules for Cannabis Quinn, and CBD lidocaine for the rub-on, which is different than a lotion.
Which those were great too. I love the lotions. I was just in the SoWa market in Boston, and they had like the tent, you know. And
the lidocaine allows for an increased absorption rate, so it's the alcohol going through the skin.
Well, that's what I did like about it, was the alcohol, but they had like the aloe, and then the other word was a B, aloe.
Yeah, so
it keeps the skin like moist.
Exactly.
So the alcohol
it doesn't dry it out.
I like that too, because I've tried those rub-on things, and you get like itchy, and it's just not comfortable.
Aloe's an amazing thing.
I drink that shit every day. I love aloe.
Aloe is so good.
I love
flavor. You like?
Strawberry kiwi. Yeah. Pomegranate's not bad, but it's just...
Yeah, it doesn't do it for me.
It just doesn't do it. Strawberry... I've always been a strawberry kiwi guy. It's my two... Well, mango's taken that. Mango's definitely jumped up. Strawberry and kiwi are like top 3. It'd be mango, strawberries, kiwis are my 3 favorite fruits for sure.
No, that makes sense.
So like,
and
with the strawberries,
those are all very tangy.
Yeah.
You know, see, you're spicy and a very tropical tangy guy.
I love my spices. I put jalapeno, red pepper flakes, the whole 9 yards.
Spectrum.
I gotta make you my chili one time. With ground turkey though. Oh man, I had a couple jalapenos.
Maybe if I go back to eating.
Oh yeah, you don't eat that. I can find something else for it then. Or just a bean chili. I load it up with peppers.
True. Yeah. Well, with that being said, do you have anything else?
I look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, we can continue this tomorrow.
We'll have a crazy JR.
JR speaking tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Fat Joe's speaking tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So
are you thinking DJ Khaled?
So for you guys that don't know, DJ Khaled had a promotional thing with my favorite product that we offer, the Awake Energy Shots.
And one of my new and upcoming favorite products, Turn Up.
I haven't tried. I'm going to try one tomorrow.
I had a lot of people say that they taste like Flintstones, Flintstone vitamins, and then I had someone else say that it smells like and tastes like Fun Dip. Remember Fun Dip sticks?
Yeah, that's cracking. That's cracking. That's crack water.
But it's got amino acids and B vitamins. It's perfect for middle of the day pick-me-ups and pre-workout. Yeah. But without the crash and without the heart racing, all that negative crap.
DJ Khaled had that promotional thing with the Awake Shots. You buy a certain amount of the Awake Shots, you get a digital download. It was a promotional thing. It helped his album sales. Also helps us. But I'm hoping he comes, man.
He's made videos for us before. He's obviously best friends with Fat Joe. Fat Joe is one of the major leaders of.
He's the Latin ambassador for our company.
Exactly.
He's like the head person of the Latin community in our company.
So between Lala Anthony, J Lo, and Lauren, and DJ Khaled, and Fat Joe, and Jamie Foxx, we have a huge footprint in the music and just the entertainment industry in general. So,
but that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping he comes out.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But I mean, we got JR and Fat Joe tomorrow, so that'll give us something else to talk about tomorrow for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm stoked. Can't wait.
Let's get it.
All right, y'all. It's time for us to go to bed.
Yeah, it's late. Shit, we've been up all day.
Adios.
See you guys.
Peace. What's up, y'all? We're back. Day 2. And, jeez.
It's been a day, man.
It's long.
It's been, what time is it? It's 11:30, 11:45?
11:40? 40.
Night, we've been up.
And we just ran into 20 minutes of technical difficulties. The computer, the laptop is no-go. I forgot to bring my hard drive, and there's way too much on there. So we're on the phone, making it happen, making it work.
Do what you gotta do, right? Do what you gotta do to make it happen.
Use what you have, use what you know, and make the most of both.
There you go. Like we were saying last night, life throws shit at you.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't matter what kind of toilet paper you have, you fucking wipe that shit out the way.
Or if you have shopping annuity wipes, you're good.
Wipes,
Yeah, then you're good.
Shit away.
All right, speaking of shopping annuity wipes, that was a new product at last convention. What was your favorite product today in terms of the shopping annuity stuff, in terms of super IBV, in terms of, we're getting paid.
There was so much.
We're getting paid to wipe our ass, eat food, go out to eat, go to the movies. I want to see what Mark likes the most.
That was cool. Everything from, Band-Aids to Advil to Bayer, all that super IBV stuff was awesome. The dog treats.
Cotton swabs.
Oh, the air swabs, I kind of yelped for that. That was cool. Yeah. I was like, yeah. I don't know if you know, but have you ever wow, it just feels good when you're cotton swab your ear, whatever the hell you want to call it. It just feels good.
It's really not good for you, but it's so satisfying.
Honestly, and once I learned that, I stopped doing it as frequently, but I still do it once every so often.
Yeah.
It feels
every
good.
couple of days. I'm like, all right.
I do it once a week,
Yeah.
But I just use the towel.
I would say twice a week.
But yeah, it feels sweet. The cotton swabs, Band-Aids, pretty much, they're just expanding on everything you use on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Even streaming music, we just partnered with
that's
Tidal.
What I was just gonna say.
I have never heard of it. So what did?
I haven't either, and because Tidal's brand new. It's kind of the newer music streaming service.
Saying I've never heard of the word Tidal. I didn't even know it was a streaming service. No, I had no idea,
bro.
That's why I asked that question on my Instagram. I was like, who's used Tidal or who knows what it is?
See, I don't know. I'm pumped about it because I'm a big Jay-Z guy.
And he started it.
It's
his
CEO.
It's
his company and everything.
Yeah.
And there is some exclusive music on Tidal that you can't hear anywhere else. For example, Beyonce's album, I believe it's Lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
You can only get it or listen to it on Tidal. I have a friend or two that's on Tidal, but excuse me.
Snap. I was looking if this could go on Tidal.
See,
podcast.
That's the thing, though. I don't know. I have Google Play for music, and it's essentially the Google version of Spotify.
Gotcha.
Obviously Spotify has some songs I can't get. Google Play has some songs.
Just
Spotify
like Apple Music has some stuff.
Apple Music has it all. I would just say that.
No, but I'm saying Apple Music has stuff that you can't get.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The same thing. Like Apple Podcasts is home to Joe Rogan. No one else. No one else has the rights.
And that's
to his
why
podcast.
when you said his podcast was the number one in the world, I didn't say anything. But I listened to Jay Shetty's podcast.
Yeah.
And Gary Vee was a guest on his podcast, and Gary Vee was like, I'm kind of fucking mad at you that you have the number one podcast in the world. but like
maybe the
I
number
also
one
salute you.
growing.
So it's
Maybe
like,
in terms of recent growth.
That's the thing.
Because he has 100 episodes. Joe Rogan has 1,500.
It's all a big fucking...
It's all relative. Nobody knows the answer.
Relative. But back to the title, I don't know. However, it's originally $9.99 a month.
Yeah, or $14.99 for family.
For a family. Yeah. But we're UFOs, so we get the exclusive price, $7.99 a month. Yeah. Plus we get IBV. Mm-hmm. That means we earn commission for listening to music. That's every single month. Yeah, we get
75% ROI. 75% ROI. Most people
for listening to music, bro. Like,
yeah.
Where else? You don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
So that was like my favorite concept, I guess, of the day. Mm-hmm.
But favorite guest?
Oh, Fat Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Fat Joe kills it every time. So
Joey Crack.
Joey Crack. Joey Crack. That's the thing. Lean back. But it's just like, ever since I was a young teenager, I grew up listening to his music. Yeah. That song,
Yo, did you ever watch Feel Good? No, Feel Rich.
Don't recall.
Documentary on Netflix. No. It's not an old, it's new. And he's talking about, it's the same thing that DJ Khaled was on Dr. Oz talking about last week, is the hip-hop health revolution. And how they did a whole documentary. Common was one of the main producers. Fat Joe was in there. The Game.
I love Common.
Common's
smart man.
Yeah, he's up there, bro. He's just, I don't know, but
as you were saying,
yeah, Feel Rich, man. It's a crazy good documentary. I recommend you guys go watch it. It's on Netflix, and it's really is. They're trying to revolutionize the hip hop game and their ability to coincide with health and the change in wellness from mental, physical, and nutritional standpoints.
It's funny you brought that up because, I mean, growing up, as I was saying, I've listened to Fat Joe, he was a very heavy man. That's how we got his
listening.
name.
You were watching him. Yeah,
I was
man,
watching
it was hard to miss.
He was a very heavy. He has some down a lot though.
Oh,
but you got other artists like Gucci Mane. He was like really heavy too, and now he's like thin.
They're all in there.
Really
They're all
thin.
in that documentary.
DJ Khaled. I mean, if anyone follows him, he's a great marketer, promotion. Mm-hmm. He's always on the gym. He's up. The health, wellness, mental illness. I think it's huge that it's becoming part of the hip hop community. Culture. Because the hip hop music genre of music is the number one listened to genre of music in the world right now.
Well, questionably, it's the reason that the United States still holds their spot as the most renowned country in the world, because we don't rank very highly in healthcare. We don't rank very highly in education. We don't rank very highly in a lot of major things, but we rank very highly
in pop culture.
We have pop culture. And that influence is what the rest of the world seeks out, and why people still come here, why people still listen and follow and love celebrities that are born and raised and make a name for themselves here.
It's crazy how a genre of music that's evolved in the last, it's almost 2020, so let's say 25, I'll go back to the 80s because it kind of started in the last 30 years. It evolved
from blues and jazz.
Okay, so for 30, 40 years, let's say. Yeah. It's evolved. But not only the number one genre of music in the world today, the impact it's had on the entire world. Yeah. And you can take anyone's
generations of people.
I have adults that listen to I have adults that listen to Biggie and Tupac and
did you see the people that were jamming out to Fat Joe today? Everybody. It didn't matter.
Honestly, half the people probably didn't even know who he was, but the music slaps, so it's that's what it is. The music slaps.
True. I think that's one of my favorite parts, though, is the diversity that we get exposed to when we're here. It's crazy.
And that's I'm glad you just said that, because I was going to bring it up later. That's a major thing he brought up today. And I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm glad he really said it. Fat Joe. He said the USA can learn a lot about Market America right now today. With all of the division in our country right now, and it's
competition.
there's a lot of division. He was. I feel like he was going more. He didn't say he was going more of the political route, but there is a lot of division in this country right now, and it's only getting wider.
Yeah.
Can you not agree to that? I mean, we stay clear of that.
Yeah.
But if you just watch around us, I mean, I see people arguing left and right, no pun intended, about the left and right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not. The current status of our country, political, like, it's division. That's what it's growing towards.
100%.
But what he was alluding to was, the USA can learn from African Americans. There is no division.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you have your Asians, you have your Latins, you have your blacks, you have your whites, you have such a diverse group of people coming together for a common purpose. We're all there for one reason.
Regardless of politics, regardless of the economy, regardless of the trade laws and wars.
Trade war,
that does not matter here.
And you know what? We went out to a dinner with Lady last night. When I don't agree, we follow her on Facebook, and she posts a bunch of political shit.
Yeah.
I try and stay. I used to be on that. I just stay clear of that now.
Gotcha.
I personally don't agree with her.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not even in the discussion or in the front or back side, middle of our minds. It's
while you're sitting there having.
No, we're talking about business. We're talking about having fun. We're talking about traveling.
Positive energy.
We're talking about positive energy, positive vibes, and I think that's what he was alluding to. I mean, he was breaking it down a little bit, but
I think what it comes down to is a lot of people want that positivity in their lives, like we were talking about today. Right, there is energy. Regardless, it's going to feed you and be you. Yeah. It can be negative or positive.
Yeah.
But most people will thrive
off the negative.
Hold on. They will thrive off positive energy. They will survive off negative energy. Okay. You can survive off negative energy, but you will never thrive off of it. You will never truly thrive off of it. You will never get to your full fulfillment, your full purpose, and you will never allow others to get there as well because you're not instilling positive energy. Yes, you can survive off of it. Yes, you can still be upbeat in a negative way. But
I used to be like that too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of us did. What?
I used to put on a front, put on a front of that.
When you're 14 to 22. 14 to 22, I would say. When you're a kid growing up, especially a male in this country, you feel like that's who you have to be.
That definitely. I'm not. It's not 100% plain, but there are a lot of social stigmas that go along with the masculinity, and you have to do this, you have to do that.
Suck it up.
Suck it up. Yeah. Don't be a wimp. Don't be whatever. Which that's not our fault. That's just what's pressured onto us. That's what I say we're smothered in.
Yeah. That's what we're nurtured.
23 was that year where I was like, all right, this is a bunch of bullshit.
And that's something we have to start to change and cultivate, which I believe is what Fat Joe is alluding to today. America and the rest of the world, regardless of where you are, there's something to be learned from a group of people like this that can get together and have one common goal.
To make it very simple, and I think you're going to 100% agree with me, collaboration over competition, bro.
100%.
We've been saying this since you've been telling me this
for years,
which is what got me into the business in the first place. Collaboration over competition. Yeah. Because that's what all of us are there for. We're all collaborating. I met up with someone from my Upper Valley area, hometown area. I don't know them. I met them today, but they were willing to help me out because I reached out and said, "Hey, I'm new in this. I need."
Oh, you're from New Hampshire? What part? Simple.
You're
20 minutes later.
New Hampshire. Shit, I'm from Lebanon, New Hampshire. That's 30 minutes away. I need someone. I need a face I know at UBP's where I can, if I can't make a UBP up there, get a bus up there, I can send someone there. Oh, meet up with Donald, just meet up with Steve.
Mm-hmm. Great guy, he'll take care of you.
Great guy, friendly face. It's just a friendly face that I can, but it has no benefit to them at all.
Yeah.
Like, no benefit. And that's the collaboration part.
Yeah, because they're not worried about that.
Because there's no competition in our business, bro.
You can't compete.
Like, there is none. And I think that, I mean...
That's the overarching
He
goal.
didn't say it, but to me, that's what I took from it.
And
that was my golden nugget from the day.
True.
Was Fat Joe and that one statement right there.
Ultimately, you gotta stay woke. But all right. So speaking of woke, your favorite product, Awake.
Awake, man. I could give testimonials on this.
Day after day.
Day after day. I'll give one tomorrow.
You like grape,
too.
right?
I like the grape. The orange isn't bad. It's just a shot, so it's not. I mean, I've taken. You told me to take like an apple cider vinegar, turmeric, lime,
ginger whiskey
tequila. Shot, which didn't really. I wish I
black
had tequila.
pepper.
I didn't. I had the black pepper. I wish I had the tequila.
You're better off with tequila than whiskey.
Well, I didn't have any alcohol, surprisingly.
Oh,
but
that's rough.
I went to the store, got like the apple cider vinegar. I got the things.
Turmeric, black pepper, lime, and lemon juice.
$40 on a bottle of tequila. That's a help.
Bottom line, the man's was sick, and I gave him a little 8 hour cure. Take that before bed. You wake up, you're good.
But yeah, so the Awake shot, I prefer the grape over the orange. The orange isn't terrible. It's not bad. I just like the grape.
I like both. I don't drink caffeine really, but I know if I'm going to, I go that route.
Yo, I wish I had that shit in school, because it's just like, it's 200 milligrams of caffeine. It's a cup of coffee, but it's mainly
a small cup.
Yeah, a small cup. It's mainly B vitamins though, but there's no crash.
No.
Like, that's the thing, because you have a cup of coffee, you have a Red Bull, a Monster, you have all that stuff, the sugars, the taurine, all that stuff, you're gonna come down. Like the saying, "What goes up must come down." That doesn't apply to the Awake, bro. Because like I took one, like right before lunch. I was coasting throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, so
and
true.
I mean, just with my job, I'm working a lot.
65-hour work weeks right now.
Overnights, from 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. 11 p.m. to 3 p.m. I need something there to stay up. It's like, but
I couldn't do that. I could not.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
But the Awake's helped.
Yeah, valid. Alright, we want to watch that commercial quick.
Yes.
Alright, let's watch that commercial quick. Actually, no, we can't watch the commercial because we're not on the computer.
We can edit it though, so we're not.
Yeah, I'll add it in for y'all. Yep, I'll add it in for you guys. Is there anything else you want to chat about from today?
Oh man, not really. I'm just looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm ready to sleep.
I'm definitely ready to go to bed. It's been a long day, folks.
Yeah, we'll get back to you.
It's now midnight.
True.
Just doing this. You said we were gonna go to bed 2 hours ago. That didn't
because we have to wake up at 3 in the morning on Sunday.
And we gotta work out tomorrow, so we gotta bang that out.
Yeah, so we're waking up, working out, day 3, come home, pack, sleep for a couple hours, wake up.
This is what we do it for. It's a lot
home.
of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Education. Peace, y'all.
Have a good one. Until next. Wow.
Day 3.
What a week.
Yeah, weekend.
Long weekend.
Really long. It's 12:30 right now, you said?
It's 12:30. We have to leave the house at 3:30 at the latest.
We got 3 hours before we gotta leave. I'm bringing him back to the airport, and then I'm driving 12 hours south.
And we're doing the last part of the podcast right now.
Yeah, after a crazy night.
I mean, dude, after a crazy day, not even night, the whole from 9 a.m. until 7, what time, 7:30, 7 o'clock did we get out?
It was 7.
So 9 a.m. to 7, it was...
Yeah, so
it was emotional, dude. It was...
Yeah. No, that's true. The family aspect of this is ridiculous.
I just met everyone on this. I mean, I've known you for a couple of years, obviously. I've known the rest of the team. Michelle and Brian for a year and a half now. Probably about 2 years, maybe at the very max. 2 years at the max.
It was November.
Year and a half.
November. Oh, it was over the summer. Yeah. 2
I met
years.
the rest of the team a year ago. One of the team members
Tonight.
3 months ago.
Yeah.
We're a family, man. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's, me and Michelle are talking about it, like it's a different conversation when you know everyone around you is invested in personal growth, a growth mindset. There's no restrictions on conversation. Like, I just challenged you for 5 minutes, and it was...
No, for 20 minutes at least.
Yeah.
And to be honest, And the only reason I wanted to pack a dip is because I was drinking, so it's just like, that's the only reason, so... But I do salute it. But you're totally right on that family aspect where, I mean... We have conversations where I wouldn't even make some of the jokes with my own family.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would, but if some of my close friends, like, I don't really know these people, like, on a deeper level, and we're cracking jokes with them, like...
we don't know their past, but it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Because we're looking to the future, and we're not worried about the past.
We all have a commonality, and it's like, we're here for a reason.
It's dope.
It really is. It's tough to explain.
Yeah.
Because unless you can be
But then you understand just that sense of it comes as part of the nature of the business. And it's not something that is growing in different parts and there's weeds in the middle. Like, this is something that's sent down from the top and it's worked from the bottom all the way up. It's crazy. I don't know how to, but the emotion from today was just all based on the fact that we're people first. Like,
Bro, I said it here today. It was a very deep, heavy, emotional day.
And
like, there was a point where
gratitude.
I felt my left eye like watering up, and I was like, I don't know these people that they're talking about on stage, but like I can. It was an emotional moment, you know, and I was just like, damn, like this is heavy, and just the energy. Like, I've never been. Even Michelle was like, I've never been to an event that was, or anywhere really, and anyone's house, you know, a party anywhere where it was so much substance, meaningful substance that was just loaded with emotional like content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to put it into words, but I walked away today after this weekend like feeling way different than I thought I would have, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know how to like put it into words.
That concept of walking away feeling different, is that something that you think we should experience every time we do something in this life?
Yes, 100%. Because it took me out of my comfort zone.
Do you think every day we wake up, we should feel like we took a step in the right direction yesterday?
Yes. I also think when you wake up, you have to believe it and you have to tell yourself that. Because you can wake up and tell yourself, I'm just going to go to work, come home, and watch Netflix and make dinner and then go to bed.
Or you can wake up and open your phone and look at what everybody else is doing.
Well,
and completely throw yourself off your game your whole day.
My morning routine is I wake up, I piss, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, and I go to work. I don't look at my phone until like an hour into work. Like,
that's why I got an alarm clock.
Because I listen to a podcast on the train on the way to work. And if I'm looking at social media and stuff, I'm not listening to the podcast because I'm thinking about other people if I'm looking at social media. So I made it a habit. Like, I listen to a podcast every morning.
All right, so tell them what some of your favorite podcasts are.
I'm going to be real with you. Jay Shetty's my favorite right now. Just because
On Purpose is the name of it. On Purpose with Jay Shetty.
Yeah. Yes, On Purpose by Jay Shetty. His mission is to make wisdom go viral.
Yeah.
Yes. And I used to follow him on Facebook. I still follow him on Facebook, and he used to post the short clippings, whatever, like the videos and everything. And I really like resonated with it and connected with it. So when I found out he had a podcast, I was immediately interested. I will be real, and then I love Gary Vee. Tim Ferriss is awesome. I've read a couple of Tim Ferriss's books. He's great. I will be real with you though, and I already told you this before.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to your podcast yet, only because I knew I was going to be a guest.
Yeah, you didn't want to get influenced.
So I didn't want to get influenced by the other people that were already on.
I like that.
And just because I just know I would have like taken like a little tidbit or a golden nugget or something and like off of someone else that you already said.
Yeah.
Like, I know the names of the people because like I follow you on social media and everything, and like we talk about shit every day. Yeah. But I mean, now this is our last session that we talk about it. Like, this is like our last recording for the podcast. I'm gonna listen to your podcast now. It's because I've already recorded this, and this isn't gonna come out for a while. So like,
well, you can listen on the flight.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm probably gonna sleep on the flight. To be honest. So, let's just be real with that.
And you're probably gonna sleep tomorrow for sure.
I got shit to do when I get home, but well, you know what I'm saying. But yeah. So I mean, those are some of my so Jay Shetty, On Purpose, Gary Vee,
Tim Ferriss.
Joe Rogan. Fucking, how can I forget about him? He's fucking killing it. Joe's awesome. He has a lot of good guests. I really like Joe Rogan. Gary Vee. I follow a lot on social media.
Not as much of his podcast.
Not as much as his podcast, just because I feel like it's just a longer version. His social media post is just a condensed version of it.
I would argue, and we did argue on this.
We did.
Bit.
Yeah.
I would argue
that was 3 hours ago, so I haven't had a chance.
No, this was more than 3 hours. This was yesterday.
Oh, it was? Okay. Well,
like, not technically, it's Sunday morning.
I know what you're saying.
It's Saturday, but we argued on Friday about that. Not argued,
but Gary Vee's been on the
challenged each other.
But Gary Vee's been on the Jay Shetty podcast.
Yes, he had,
which was awesome.
Where'd they record it?
Gary Vee's office.
Which shows you how much pull Gary Vee has, which is crazy.
Have you listened to the podcast though?
Yeah, listen to the whole thing.
It's awesome.
So good.
So, sorry to switch things.
Switch it up. We
heard Lala speak yesterday. Lala Anthony.
Yes.
While we're talking about podcasts, she killed it yesterday, right? You know, she was just spitting off fucking quotes left and right. She was vocalizing like her story, you know. That she has a great podcast.
I didn't know she had
on the Jay Shetty, not her podcast.
On the Jay Shetty show.
On Jay Shetty's On Purpose.
Oh.
And that it's an hour and 10 minutes maybe of it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So if you ever get a chance, definitely check it out. Mm-hmm. It's only an hour, but you'll hear a lot of the same similarity stuff that she heard, but she goes into one.
I would be definitely down for that.
But yeah, I mean, those are the podcasts I listen to. I just recently started getting into podcasts.
Yeah, I know. I kind of had to like,
because I'm a big music guy, and music has always been a big influence in my life. Logic,
PLP baby.
Some of his music just got me out of a really dark time. So music,
that's a big connection for you.
Very big connection for me. I love Logic.
It's a big connection for everybody. Yeah, everyone can relate to music.
I know some people that hate on Logic, but like, I know deep down if they can relate to his message and everything he's talking about, they just don't want to admit it because he's a corny rapper. But listen, man, peace, love, and positivity. It's hard to argue against that. You know,
There's a way greater purpose than the music itself.
And that's why I fuck with him so heavy, because peace, love, and positivity, man, you know? So it was tough for me to transition from the music to the podcast, but I just needed to find my niche, and like, is it niche or niche? Niche?
I don't
know. I needed to find what I really wanted.
No idea. I always try to go back and forth. I'm like, I give up. I don't know. There's always going to be more things that we don't know than we do. And if you can learn to say, I don't know, you'll win.
And if you guys do know if it's niche,
Yeah, comment.
Definitely comment. Please let me know. Tag me, tag him. Let me know because I want to know.
Yep.
But once I found that, it was easy to listen to.
Yeah. But like everything, there's a place for everybody because podcasting doesn't restrict any one thing. There's not a podcasting committee that tells you can or can't have a podcast on such and such, right?
No, exactly, yeah.
You don't have to insert yourself into this system that is a one-lane road. This is your only option.
No, not at all.
No. And that's what's great about the podcast. That's what's great about our business from what I've seen is I've never seen, heard of, or been introduced to, because I look at business models all the time. I've never seen anything that has an unlimited amount of paths and opportunities.
And after this weekend, man, I mean, they just expanded on the opportunities that
every market, tapped into.
We're tapped into everything. If you think about it, we're tapped into everything.
Everything.
But it gives the entrepreneur, literally, you don't even have to be an entrepreneur, but if you're just an average Joe that doesn't want to work for 45 years, and you realize you need to do something different,
you realize that you will realize that you can use this to customize it to your uniqueness. Like it your
doesn't
lifestyle.
have to your lifestyle, however you may live. Because I came into the business and it made me recognize about my health and wellness more and like take a bigger focus on that. We're at the convention. There was a lot of overweight people there eating crap food and like, but that's just their niche, like they don't. That's their lifestyle, but it's still their business, so they can customize it to however they want. I mean, you're TLS Nutrimetrics, so that's...
And they're still put in a place where empowerment, positive growth, eating right, those things are...
They're always circling
incentive.
Around. It's always circling around. So if you ever do want to tap into a different market that you have always maybe wanted to...
You already have thousands of people willing to help you, show you, hold you accountable and everything.
Yeah.
All around the world, which is crazy.
It's something else. It really is. And just for it to take the conversation we were just having,
that was ridiculous. For 3 hours?
For
what time? We were supposed to go to bed at 9. I almost went to bed before he even got back from dinner.
I came home and you were tired.
I almost went to bed, yeah.
But, just the conversations we were having, just...
all about positive growth.
I was just trying to empower Melissa, just like... Because we all believe she can do it.
But the other thing too, right? We know that that's possible. We know that she can, but I don't waste my time anymore on people that aren't willing to soak anything up.
Well, that's the thing. She started to cry. She was willing to soak it up. She was soaking it up.
She has a growth mindset right now. She's willing to listen. If you can learn to listen more than you speak, you will grow exponentially. And there's so many people out there that aren't willing to do that.
A lot of people that are and aren't.
Yeah.
Because I meet a lot of people that just, I don't even want to talk to them about what I'm doing with my life or how I'm progressing, how I've changed in the last year and a half. Because I've changed a lot. I'll say 2 years. 2 years. The last 2 years I have changed dramatically.
You're just getting started.
And that's the thing, I'm just getting started. And there's some people where I don't even want to talk about that with because it's almost like I'm talking to that TV right there, that wall, it's like, they don't care. It's just going to go, or come out that. It's just, it's not worth my time. But then there's
just continue to live your truth.
Exactly. But then while you do that, you find people along the way that are like willing to like listen and converse with you about that. Oh, you're doing this cool. Oh, you meditate this way. I've never tried that way, so that's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. I do it this way though. It helps me for this reason,
And then again, we us have to learn to listen, right?
That's something I definitely need to do because I'm very vocal once I get into the conversation. Kind of remind me a little bit of Gary Vee because I mean you listen to Gary Vee a lot. He cuts everyone off.
Yeah.
And I respect it because he knows what he's talking about, you know. And I think I know what I'm talking about, but like, so does everyone. But like, that is something I do need to do more because when you can sit back and listen more, it gives you the ability to respond better. You know, and it gives you the ability in the time to like actually comprehend what they're saying, react and respond in the correct manner, I guess. Because there's sometimes where I just cut people off and say some stupid shit.
But even then, some people don't need a response. They just need to air out their thoughts.
That's like my ex-girlfriend, man.
But
sometimes you just gotta let them speak.
But something as simple as you have a question, you air it out, I don't say anything, and 3 seconds later you know the answer to the question.
That's happened multiple times between us.
It happens a lot. And it happens a lot with everybody. If you pay attention for it, it happens all the time. People ask a question and they know the answer to it. All they had to do was air it out.
Do you think they're just looking for reassurance? Or do you think they're looking for reassurance or like validation that like what's already in their mind, because it's easier to go with it's easier to live with your thoughts if you know other people are behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So do you think people are just looking for validation and reassurance? And if
subconsciously.
Because
it allows. Because once you say it out loud, right, thinking it doesn't create a synaptic memory, a bridge. A bridge is not built. You say it, you activate another part of your brain, and that bridge, that synaptic electrical impulse is sent to another part of your brain. That is an engraved road now. That's part of the map.
It's almost like when you ask a stupid question or like an inappropriate, like say you have like an inappropriate question, like you have a question but it comes out inappropriately.
Gotcha.
But no one says anything. Oh, that was like really inappropriate. Like it didn't mean to come out that way. It's kind of like that, you know.
Concept.
But it's more subconscious. Like you're just looking for validation. You're just looking for reassurance, and it's like, well, you already have it.
Yeah.
You already you reassure yourself. Like you validate yourself every day.
We are made of stardust, and we are able to conduct energy. So everything that we have, need, and want is already somewhere inside of us. Just have to dig deep enough to bring it out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
It's a crazy concept.
It really is. It's a crazy world.
Yeah,
that's why I'm always just trying to learn new things, you know, things I'm interested in, read different books, different genres.
So
I'm just
dive into Sapiens really quick, because I know that's something you're passionate about.
Sapiens. For all you don't know, it's my favorite book. If you don't know, you should know. You should read it. If you have an open enough mind to like, it's a very complex book. But
from what I've heard, it sounds.
But it's really not if you just think about it and just keep an open mind. For someone really religious, like devotedly religious, probably not, because at one point in the book it recognizes religion as a myth. However, our species, Homo sapiens, would not be evolved to where we are without religion.
Valid.
And it's like, so the book starts off, it's Sapiens, the brief history of mankind. It recognizes there's 6 different, at least that we know of, 6 different species of humans. So it doesn't recognize us as humans, it recognizes us as sapiens.
Homo sapiens.
Homo sapiens, exactly, Homo sapiens. And it explains how our species, everyone listening to this right now, our species, Homo sapiens, has evolved and triumphed over those other 5 species, Neanderthals, and I can't think of the other 4 off the top of my head right now. I just don't have the scientific names in my mind. But think about it, like, so Neanderthals, there's some from, like, I guess if you think about Pangea, but like the Asian one, like they were tall and lanky. They were built differently, thought differently, and everything. It explains how the sapiens. There's a couple different theories because we don't know. It's
of course.
They toss it in the air, but they're valid theories.
There's scientific evidence with missing bridges.
How sapiens, how Homo sapiens evolved and became who we are, and a large part of that is because our ability to have large social constructs and form these large, societies, you know? Civilizations to an extent. Communities.
Networks.
And I want you to read the book for the fact, because it dives into the nutrition and how the different species ate differently, from the gatherer to the hunter. Now, those were 2 very different dietary habits.
Dietary lifestyle.
And the hunters, I would say we're more hunters now, but I can see a trend shifting towards gatherers. And what I mean by that is the gatherers back then, nuts, berries, fruits, plants,
whole
trees
fruits
from the earth. The hunters, obviously,
and they ate some of that stuff.
They did, and it goes into great detail about how they had to migrate with the food, and like it's fucking awesome, I'm telling you. But so that's just one aspect, you know. And then it goes into like the religion, how it recognizes as a myth, and we wouldn't be anywhere without it. Christianity, and like you have all these other. It has truly evolved where we are right now. And it breaks it down into 3 different... You're getting tired, I am too.
Excuse me.
But it breaks it down into 3 eras, I guess.
Yep.
One of them's like the agricultural area, industrial area, and I forgot the first one. It's been a while since I read the book. But
that's normal. But you, at the least, providing some insight.
It's truly mind-opening, and it's honestly a book where I have to read again.
Yeah.
And I flooded the book with highlights, underlines, like all my notes, and I still need to read it again because it's truly that mind-opening, and it's really insightful.
Joe Rogan talks about that book all the time.
You need to get on it, man. I'm telling you. If I were to recommend any book, it would be that. You were just saying an hour ago, The Power of Habits. I read that. That changed my life too. That's probably in the top 5, to be honest.
That's my number 1.
That's another truly amazing book too, because it breaks down why we do what we do and how we can change what we do.
Yes.
And
every decision.
No,
every action.
Single. To how we cross our legs and like to everything. It breaks down everything. I'm crossing my legs right now. Which,
from my perspective, from a biological, scientific perspective,
that's why you like sapiens. It's from a biological standpoint.
Yeah, it goes down to neurology. Everything we do is based on our nervous system's memory. And that's what I love about fitness and nutrition. Every time you eat, every time you react to a situation, every time you breathe, every time you go to sleep without breathing, every time you finish a workout without breathing, every time you work out, every time you move, every time you sit.
How you sit.
Exactly. It's memory based and it's training for the future. And it's so complex, but yet so simple. And we don't have a construct of education for that. But we have the ability to, because like you said, the only reason that we evolved was because of our ability to construct large social groups. And we did that because of our ability to evolve here, prefrontal cortex, and the ability to have language, the ability to communicate at a higher level. But most species can't. Most species didn't evolve yet to do that. But now you see you see primates. They're in the Stone Age. They're using tools. Their thumbs are becoming more opposable. Their language is a lot more complex now.
This is why you need to read Sapiens.
Yeah, I know.
This is why you need to read Sapiens.
This is why everybody needs to read Sapiens. That's why everybody needs to read The Power of Habit.
I truly believe everyone should read Sapiens. However, you just sparked me.
Okay.
You pointed right here.
Yeah.
In JR's final presentation.
Yes.
And I want to do more research, and it's tough to implement it, but like strengthen my third eye and like stop suppressing my third eye, because I truly believe your third eye is the source of ultimate wisdom, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and like, I mean, you even got me on this. Fluoride in the water suppresses it a lot, but there's a lot of ways our toothpaste doesn't. I don't know if you use our toothpaste, but
every day.
But like, there are multiple ways where you can eliminate the suppression of the third eye. I truly believe our third eye is real, and like it is there. But JR even said it today, and he even had the light on the big brain on the stage.
Big old brain.
And that's exactly what I thought. But he
is a biologist.
He gets it. Like, he understands where it is, but he can't. He's like, I can't go into detail with that, because he would be up on stage for 24 hours, and
he gets it on that neurological level. He gets it from a species concept. He understands that biology, that physiology. And when you know that all of us are 99.1% identical, then there's like, okay, so what's different?
Yeah, what's different?
And Lauren touched on that. The environment.
Lauren's a goddess.
Yeah.
Not for looks, for blessing.
Yeah, no, dude, she's real. Yeah, she's
what
real.
Was I know it's your podcast, but what was your number one takeaway from today? Because we haven't even, I don't even know that yet. Like, what was your number one takeaway from today? I'm genuinely interested. I saw you taking a lot of notes.
There was a couple things that stood out, because I've been to 4 or 5 of these international conventions, been to 3 different worlds, New England regional, year after year. So I've seen and heard a lot.
You've seen it all?
No, false.
I've seen most of it.
Yeah. You can't see it all. Nobody knows it all. Nobody's seen it all. But
where's your takeaway?
I would say the simple fact that you have so much more power and ability to influence yourself and other people as a result than you think you do. And when they start going into those things, when they start making that so prevalent in their conversation, what really gives me the chills is the word limitless comes up every time. Bro, it's crazy.
I'm so glad he said that.
Every time.
I saw it was the last 30 seconds of the day. And I punched him on the shoulder just like that. Because he said something limitless. I was like, yeah, dude. But like, that's why I believe in this kid, because he's fucking got it, But like, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
no.
Limitless, bro. Limitless theory. Limitless economy. By nutrition. Fitness. Fitness. But it's like, yeah, man.
And I'll go back and say this again, right? Lauren said, if you don't put yourself first, we're trained to put everybody else before us, so we never put ourselves first, right? Then you have the fact that Well, hold on. So if you put other people first, you'll never be first. Okay? I am limitless. Second, Tony Bowling.
Rest in peace.
If I can't do it without you, you can't do it without me. It's vice versa, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are limitless. JR talking about the fact that neurologically, all it takes is a millisecond for thousands of volts of energy to run through your brain for your entire future to change. And for that future to forever carry on a legacy. Because that creates a ripple effect.
That's limitless too.
Life is limitless.
And you know what, folks? You could probably wrap up the whole podcast just like that, because that just fucking put it right there. I mean, that was, yeah.
And that's not going to be the only thing we do. We're going to do this a lot more, so look out for it. I can't thank you guys enough for just listening, for supporting in any way that you may or may not. Mark, is there anything else you want to say?
Listen, this kid puts in more work than you do, than I do, than most people. I hope I get asked to be back on, because this is my first podcast and this has been the greatest fucking time of my life. I've had a blast. Thank you. Appreciate it, my man.
No, of course. Thank you too. Tell these people where honestly, they can find you.
Find me on Instagram at thebigd1993. Probably just catch me there on Facebook at Mark Davidson. I'm not going to give you my Snapchat because I'm not really on that like that.
Twitter.
I don't really be on Twitter like that.
Okay.
I kind of took a break from that. I found myself being a part of a lot of negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
Twitter can be great for comedy, and like I use it for sports updates. It's the football season now, so I get to watch a lot of Tom Brady highlights, Patriot highlights. So I did re-download it for that reason.
Gotcha.
But before I caught myself in liking political shit, and, I've been taking a step back from a lot of the political shit. And I found myself going into a negative rut, and what was the source? It was mainly Twitter. I found myself on that more than any app of the day. So
the power of habit opened his eyes.
The power of the habit. No, seriously. So I did delete Twitter. So don't even follow me on there, because that's
right. So Instagram and Facebook.
Instagram at thebigd1993.
And you're doing a promotional sale on your Isotonic site, right?
Yes.
For the post. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get at me or I have two Instagram accounts at marks_shopping_annuity. Get me on there. I'll get you. I'm doing a 10 to 15% discount. Probably 10% right now.
That'll be in the description below.
Yeah. He'll add that in there.
I'll put the website up, the link, and you're not going to want to forget to share this podcast, comment on it, and
feedback
do the same.
Is great, because listen, I give him feedback. I will give him feedback once I listen to the other podcasts.
Yeah, and do the same for him.
And I listen.
It goes a long way.
Please do, because I know I'm very raw. So you guys, I've been swearing like a fucking sailor on here. I hope that's okay. I hope it is what it is. I am who I am. I'm okay with it. I really don't care. But feedback is always great. We both take constructive criticism pretty well. I mean, we kind of thrive off of it.
Yeah.
You criticize me, I criticize you, and we keep growing. And that's I think that's what it's about. So by all means, share this, send it to your friends, share it to your parents, your grandmothers, your auntie, your uncle.
Anybody and everybody.
Everyone and everyone. We're just talking, man, I mean.
Hey, bro.
I appreciate you,
Let's
man.
get to bed,
bro.
Yeah. Thank you guys. PLP.
Peace out, guys.
Be limitless. Please, y'all, if you were able to take anything from today's podcast, please share it with your friends, family, and anybody looking to live that free and limitless lifestyle. Or you could even write a review or leave a comment down below for us. It'll be greatly appreciated. I'm also looking to partner with the best of the best in the brands and services that are going on in these industries that I'm discussing here with guests, and I believe we have some. So please go check them out and support them whenever possible. You will not be disappointed. Our first for this podcast is the one and only Mark Davidson shop.com website. Mark was awesome enough to allow you guys to head over to his shop.com website, and on any of the hundreds of exclusive products through Market America and shop.com, Isotonics, Snap, AutoWorks, and so many more, you can get 10% off. Just enter the code 10OFFMA10 and then all capital letters OFFMA for 10% off anything you want through exclusive products for shop.com/Mark Davidson. You can go over to his Instagram and check out his link. It'll bring you directly there. Sign up as a free customer. You won't be disappointed. Check out the site. And if you need anything, Mark is your go-to guy. He's your personal shopping consultant. So once again, go support Mark and go check out what we have to offer on the shop.com website. Secondly, please go check out the Limitless Theory apparel store, and you can use LT10 at checkout to get 10% off anything from beach towels to coffee mugs, t-shirts, tank tops for men and women, backpacks, duffel bags, and much, much more. Everything will be put towards good use in making sure this podcast and everything to do with LT360 stays up to date and stays of high quality as I begin and continue to really grow on this platform and many others. So head over to the Limitless Theory apparel store on teespring.com/limitless theory and use code LT10 for 10% off at checkout. Thanks. And lastly, Groupon.com. On Groupon, you can shop for millions of different things, from vacations to fitness equipment to accessories for your phone and much, much more. And you can expect to save a good amount on every purchase due to the fact that they are wholesaling pretty much. And you can also earn cash back by being a shop.com/limitless theory customer or shop.com customer of Mark's. So go check that out. Once again, you can make a free account on shop.com, then just type in Groupon.com and click go to partner store and shop on Groupon like you normally would, and you'll gain some extra cash back at, I believe, specifically 3%. So whatever you spend on Groupon, you'll get 3% back. If you buy a vacation, you may be looking at a good chunk of change to put towards something else.